In the spotlight tonight is Mitchell Gosling from Stafford, a teacher, and his specialist subject is the history of the modern marathon. Shin Dong from Cambridge, a student whose subject is Middle Egyptian literature. Diane Hallagen from Leeds, an assistant accountant, and her subject is the Vicar of Dibley. And Ray Ward from London, a librarian, and his subject is Anne Frank. Welcome to Mastermind with me, John Humphreys. 2 rounds of 2 minutes a time in the infamous black chair, 1 on those specialist subjects and 1 on general knowledge. One of our contenders has the chance to go through to the next round and then, who knows, the Mastermind final. So, let's have our first contender, please. And your name is?
Mitchell Gosling.
Your occupation?
I'm a teacher.
And your chosen subject?
The history of the modern marathon, 1896 to the present day.
The modern marathon, 2 minutes. In 1894, who suggested to Baron de Coubertin that a race should be staged to emulate Pheidippides' historic run from Marathon to Athens and offered to present a silver cup for the winner?
Michel Braille.
Correct. At the 85 London Marathon, which male athlete set a record time for the event that was to stand for 12 years?
Pass.
During the 1904 Olympic race, Thomas Hinks supporters supplied him with which substance mixed with raw eggs or brandy on his way to victory?
Strychnine.
Yes. Which Englishman won the 1950 Empire Games title in bare feet after discarding his shoes during the second half of the race?
Basil Heatley.
Jack Holden. What did the race organisers of the 2003 London Marathon allow Paula Radcliffe to do in order to encourage a fast time, having previously opposed the practice?
Start alongside the men.
Use male pacemakers, yes. Whom did the Boston Marathon director Jock Semple try to forcibly remove from the course soon after the start of the 67 race because it was still an all-male event?
Catherine Switzer.
Correct. Who became the first African-born runner to win the Olympic marathon when he took gold in 1928 while representing France?
Bouguera El Ouafi.
Correct. What was the nickname of the Australian marathon runner Rob de Castella?
Deke.
Yes. Under what name was the first Chicago City Marathon run on the 25th of September 1977?
Pass.
Who ran the first officially recorded marathon by a woman on the Windsor to Chiswick course in October 1926?
Pass. Which
2 athletes joined hands to break the tape in the first London Marathon after racing together from the 10-mile mark?
Dick Beardsley and Inga Simonsen.
Yes, the Asahi International Marathon was the predecessor of which race that was considered to be the unofficial World Championship for many years?
Fukuoka.
Yes. Which Kenyan runner lowered the women's world record by almost a minute when she won the 2001 Chicago Marathon just a week after Naoko Takahashi had broken the 2 hours 20 minutes barrier?
Catherine Endereba.
Yes. Which borough has been the starting point of the New York Marathon since its move out of Central Park in 1976?
Staten Island.
Correct. At the 1954 Empire Games, who entered the stadium with a lead of more than 15 minutes but was unable to complete the race?
Jim Peters.
Jim Peters is correct. You had 3 passes. It was Violet Piercy who ran the first officially recorded marathon by a woman. That Chicago Marathon was known as the Mayor Daley Marathon, and it was Steve Jones who set a record for the event that was to stand for 12 years. Okay. 3 passes. Mitchell Gosling, 11 points.
Thank you.
And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Shin Dong.
Your occupation?
Student.
And your chosen subject?
Middle Egyptian literature.
Middle Egyptian literature in 2 minutes. According to the prophecies of Nefertiti, what is the name of the historical king who will unite the red and white crowns?
Amenhotep.
Yes. Which song is contained in both a papyrus source and in an incomplete version inscribed on a wall of the tomb of Parton Emheb?
Pass.
To which scribe did New Kingdom writers attribute the composition of the teaching of King Amenemhat?
Keti.
Yes. In which city did Golenishev discover the papyrus containing the tale of the shipwrecked sailor?
Memphis.
St. Petersburg. What was the name of the son of Isri, who was a servant of the high steward Renzi and devised a plan to steal Kurnanup's goods in The Eloquent Peasant?
Nemti Nach.
Yes. Who is the 4th and last of Cheop's sons to speak in the surviving fragment of the tale of King Cheop's court?
Hordedef.
Yes. What was the profession of Kachber Sonb, son of Seni, who was the author of a lamentation about the state of Egypt?
Scribe.
No, priest.
Priest.
What name, derived from the mortuary temple in Thebes, underneath which it was found, is usually given to the collection of papyri that contain the story of Sinuhe, the tale of the eloquent peasant, and the discourse of Sasobek?
Pass.
What term, also employed in the analysis of biblical literature, is used to describe the balanced phrases that often initiate passages in symmetrically structured speech?
Refrain.
Parallelism. How is the recurring tag, may he live, prosper and be in health, often rendered in English translation?
LPF.
LPH.
H. Sorry.
To which king did Sinuhe address his petition to return to his homeland?
Please repeat that.
To which king did Sinuhe address his petition to return to his homeland?
Senwosret.
Yes. According to the satire on the trades, what is the only profession without a boss?
Scribe.
Yes, in the story of Sinuhe, of which region was Amunenshi the ruler?
Redujet.
Upper Retinue.
Retinue.
How many songs dedicated to Senwosret or Sesostrist, I'll finish the question, the third, are contained in the papyrus sheets from Ilahun that were published in 1898 by Griffith?
35.
6. You had 2 passes. That name derived from the mortuary temple in Thebes was Ramesseum, and the song contained in both a papyrus source and an incomplete version on the wall of the tomb was the Song of the Harper. So 2 passes, Shindong 6 points. And our next contender, please. And your name?
Diane Hallagen.
Your occupation?
I'm an assistant accountant.
And your chosen subject?
The BBC television series The Vicar of Dibley.
The Vicar of Dibley. Dibley Parish Church is dedicated to which saint?
St Barnabas.
Yes, in the Christmas lunch incident, which of the parishioners gives Geraldine the last of her 4 Christmas lunches?
Owen, knew it.
Yes, in Engagement, which song does Elvis Costello sing over a montage of pictures of Alice and Hugo?
My Funny Valentine.
Indeed, when Geraldine goes out dressed as the Easter Bunny, who's the first person she meets who's also dressed as a bunny?
David Horton.
Correct. In addition to a leather-bound Bible, what do David Hugo and Alice give Geraldine as a Christmas present to mark the 10th anniversary of her arrival in Dibley?
A George Stubbs painting.
Yes. What's Alice riding on when she enters the nativity play while heavily pregnant in the episode Winter?
A tractor.
A lawnmower. What is the name of the woman who runs the speed dating event for which Geraldine is enrolled as a 40th birthday present?
Susie.
Correct. When David is canvassing for the local election, what does he promise Frank he'll restore within 6 months if he gets elected?
A bus service.
Yes. What's the name of Hugo's dog whom he takes to the animal service against David's wishes?
Bruno.
Correct. After the party attended by Johnny Depp and friends, David's astonished when the Duchess of York turns up at the vicarage to reclaim which article that she'd left at the party?
Her tiara.
Yes. When the Antiques Roadshow visits Dibley, Hilary Kay says that which artist hand-painted Alice's Papa Smurf, which she then values at £2,000?
David Hockney.
Yes, during the protest at the church, which newspaper has the headline, "Thou shalt not kill my village," when Jeremy Paxman's going through the headlines on Newsnight?
The Guardian.
The Daily Star. At Hugo and Alice's wedding reception, Geraldine announces that she's leaving Dibley to move to a new parish in which city, as that's where Simon has been living?
Liverpool.
Yes. As Geraldine is to be a godparent, which old friend does David ask to officiate at baby Geraldine's christening?
The Vicar of Mulberry.
No, the Bishop
of
of
Mulberry.
Which colour of jacket does Frank go to change into after receiving messages of support for his programme on Radio Dibley, where it's revealed that he's gay?
It's a pinkish red colour, a dark
Yes,
pink.
fuchsia, if you like. When the parishioners appeared in a tabloid newspaper, the headline under Frank's picture is this the most boring man in Britain? What headline appears under Owen's picture?
Britain's B.O. King.
Yes, Britain's B.O. King. No passes, Diane Hallagen, 13 points. And our final contender, please. And your name is?
Ray Ward.
Your occupation?
Librarian.
And your chosen subject?
The Life and Times of Anna Frank.
Anne Frank, in 2 minutes. Although she was known as Anne, what two forenames was Anne Frank given when she was born in Frankfurt in 1929?
Annalise Maria.
Correct. Anne Frank's diary begins on which date, which was also her 13th birthday?
12th of June 1942.
Correct. In 1931, when the Franks left their apartment in Marbachbeck, they moved to which street in the so-called Poets' Corner of Frankfurt?
Pass.
Which exiled minister's broadcast of the 28th of March 1944, in which he said he'd create a public record of the Dutch people suffering under the Nazis, inspired Anne to begin re-editing her diary with a view to publication?
Gerrit Bolkestein.
Correct. Anne normally addressed her diary to Kitty, but which film title does she use as the address for her entry of the 19th of April 1944?
Pass.
According to Anne, on the 20th of June 1942, Dutch Jews had been ordered to hand over which of their possessions to the Nazis?
Radios.
Their bicycles. In the summer of 1933, Anne, her sister Margot and her mother temporarily went to live in which city while her father Otto prepared for the family's move to Amsterdam?
Aachen.
Yes, what was the name of the Gestapo officer who arrested the Franks and the other Jews hiding with them in August 1944?
Carl Josef Silberbauer.
Correct. Which Dutch publishing house produced the first edition of Anne's diary in June 1947?
Contact.
Correct. With which self-descriptive phrase did Anne conclude the penultimate entry in her published diary, dating the 21st of July 1944, and begin the last entry?
Pass.
The Franks and many other Dutch Jews were sent to which transit camp in the northeast of the country before being transported to other camps further east?
Westerbork.
Yes, according to Anne, which film did she watch at her 13th birthday party in 1942?
Rin Tin Tin.
Correct. Who first translated Anne's diary from the Dutch for its original publication in English?
Barbara Mouillard Doubleday.
Yes. From which disease did Anne die in Bergen-Belsen only weeks before the camp was liberated by the British?
Typhus.
Yes. God Save the King, the American national anthem, and which other tune were played on a radio programme announcing Italy's surrender, which Anne listened to on the 10th of September 1943?
The Dutch national anthem.
The Internationale. From whom does Anne quote in a diary entry of December 1943 that includes the line "on top of the world" or "in the depths of despair"?
Pass.
And your time is up. I'll tell you that last one first. It was Goethe who wrote "on top of the world" or "in the depths of despair." A little bundle of contradictions was her self-descriptive phrase in that penultimate entry. My dearest darling was the film title she used to address the diary. And when she left Marbachbeck, they moved to Ganghofer Strasse. 4 passes. Ray Ward, you have 10 points. So that's the end of the first round. Let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 6 points is Shin Dong. 3rd place with 10 points, Ray Ward. 2nd place with 11 points, Mitchell Gosling. In the lead with 13 points, Diane Hallagen. So the general knowledge round now, and if there's a tie at the end of this round, then the winner is the person with the fewest passes. Let's ask Shin Dong to join us again, if he would please. And I have to say, I'm a bit intrigued. Here you are, Chinese with an American accent, living in Britain and answering questions on Middle Egyptian literature.
Yes.
How come?
Middle Egyptian literature is very, I suppose, an unorthodox subject, and it's very old, very odd, but the subjects that the literature covers are quite familiar to modern audiences if you actually go beyond the linguistic oddities. The pronunciation is also a very big problem for me as well when I was reading the stories.
Right, so if I got it wrong, actually nobody would know, would they?
Probably not.
Including you, and you're an expert on the matter. How would we know how they pronounce things? Because they didn't have too many tape recorders 4,000 years ago,
No, I certainly am no expert on this, but a lot of them are actually given to us by convention. So they might be quite removed from what the Egyptians actually said. So, but that doesn't say that the conventional names are any easier to pronounce.
Quite. Well, it's a fascinating subject. You have 6 points. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. Okay. 2 minutes, starting now. What name is given to the light plastic hoop invented in 1958, which is used as a toy by children and for exercise by adults?
Hula hoop?
Yes. Which manufacturer of guitars originally studied as an accountant and mended radios as a sideline?
Martin?
Leo Fender. When he was assassinated on 30th of January 1948, whose last word was Rama, the name of the hero of a major Hindu epic?
Gandhi?
Yes. Which is the only apparatus used by both men and women in Olympic gymnastics?
Pass.
What name is given to the splitting of a heavy nucleus into 2 more or less equal parts, the process being the source of energy in nuclear reactors and atomic bombs?
Fission?
Yes. The 3rd prequel to which series of films is called Revenge of the Sith?
Star Wars.
Yes, which poet committed suicide in 1963, a year after separating from her husband Ted Hughes?
Silverplath.
Yes, which tree appears on the flag of the Lebanon?
Cyprus.
The cedar.
Cedar.
On the 9th of May 1945, one day after VE Day, which was the last of Europe's capital cities to be liberated from the Nazis?
Berlin.
Prague. Which medical condition in which the blood's ability to clot is severely reduced is typically caused by a hereditary lack of a coagulation factor, most often factor VIII?
Pass.
Which president of the South African Republic, or the Transvaal, from 1883 to 1900 was known as the father of the Afrikaner nation?
Pass.
What is the general term for an instrument with a lens system used to cast images onto a screen from an illuminated flat object?
Laser.
Projector. In which country did the breakfast cereal muesli originate?
Pass.
The Heinrichsen or Nuremberg scale, with cavalry measuring 40 millimeters and infantry 30 millimeters, is used to measure what?
Guns.
Toy Soldiers. Which group's debut album Parachutes was named Best British Album at the 2001 Brit Awards?
Pass.
Which term for the experimental study of heredity and evolution was coined, I'll finish the question, in the early years of the 20th century by the English biologist William Bateson?
Genetics.
Genetics is correct. Your pass is Coldplay. Did Parachutes. Switzerland is where muesli was originated. Paul Kruger was the father of the Afrikaner nation. Haemophilia is that medical condition. And the only apparatus used by both men and women in Olympian gymnastics is the vaulting horse. 5 passes, 12 points altogether. And now Ray Ward, if he would join us, please. And I noticed that when I said Anne Frank, you said Anna Frank.
Yes, some people who knew her pronounce it Anne, and some pronounce it Anna. As we've established from one of the questions, her full first name was Annelies, which suggests that it would be pronounced Anna. Also, there's a Dutch first name spelled A-N-N-E, which is a masculine name. So I should guess that she would be known as Anna in the Netherlands to make her sex clear.
Nonetheless, Anne is how she will be known to the world.
I think so, yes.
And she is indeed known to the world, but might not have been had it been for, well, an accident, really. An accident that her diary was found and not that of her sister.
Yes, well, her sister kept a diary, and one of the great might-have-beens of history is what her diary would have said, but alas, it's lost.
Right. Well, let's see how you get on with your general knowledge. You have 10 points thus far with your knowledge of Anne Frank, or Anna Frank. Here we go. Which musical, first staged in 1972, tells the story from the viewpoint of Judas Iscariot?
Hair.
Jesus Christ Superstar. What nickname was given to the trade union convener Derek Robinson, who achieved notoriety in the 1970s for his activities at the Longbridge car plant?
Red Robbo.
Yes, a statue of which horse stands at Kempton Park, where he began and ended his career?
Red Rum.
Desert Orchid. Alfama is the oldest part of which European capital city?
Madrid.
Lisbon. Which 19th century British Prime Minister wrote several novels, including Coningsby?
Disraeli.
Yes, when converting Fahrenheit temperatures to Celsius, a difference of 9 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to a difference of how many degrees Celsius?
20.
5. Bluff Cove and San Carlos Water were significant locations during which conflict?
The Falklands War.
Yes, who in February 2003 conducted a television interview at the Neverland Ranch with Michael Jackson?
Pass.
In Greek mythology, who was the father of the Titans?
Kronos.
Uranus. Britain's longest mainland rail tunnel, constructed between 1873 and 1886, runs under the River Severn from near Bristol to which town in South Wales?
Pass.
Under what name did Giuliano della Rovere, the great art patron, become Pope in 1503?
Pass.
Which type of saw is specifically designed to cut wood along the grain?
Cutlass.
A rip saw. Which surrealist's last picture was The Swallow's Tail, painted in 1983?
Dali.
Yes. Made in the body by the action of sunlight, which vitamin is found in fish liver oils and egg yolk?
Vitamin D.
Correct. The cornerstone of which building was laid at Ground Zero in New York on the 4th of July 2004?
Oh, the replacement for the World Trade Center.
And the name of it?
Well, the 9/11 monument.
The Freedom Tower. Who starred as Chuck Noland in the 2000 film Castaway?
Pass.
What name is given... Started. Just, I'll finish. What name is given to a drink containing Advocaat topped with fizzy lemonade?
Snowball.
A snowball it is. And your passes, 4 of them. It was Tom Hanks, who starred in Castaway. Julius II was the Pope. The tunnel runs from near Bristol to Newport in South Wales, and Martin Bashir did that interview with Michael Jackson. 4 passes, Ray Ward a total now of 16 points. And Mitchell Gosling now, please. And your subject was the modern marathon. Do I take it you're a marathon runner?
Ex-marathon runner.
Well, you're not going to tell me you're too old now.
Maybe not too old, but my feet hurt too much now.
How long did you run for?
I ran over a period of about 16 years.
Well, I mean, what sort of speeds did you?
Best time was 3 hours, 48 minutes in London, 1982.
Not bad. But when you look at what the pros do, the
Yes.
speeds they now
Yes.
run at, it beggars belief, doesn't
It's unbelievable, yes. Yeah. I couldn't keep up with them for 400 yards, I would think.
Because they run a mile, the very best of them, they
Yes.
run a mile in what now?
4 minutes, 50 seconds.
I mean, just to run 1 mile in 4
Yes,
minutes,
and then
50
they run
seconds.
26 of them, one after the other.
It really does beg a belief, doesn't it? Well, it's something to do, isn't it? As you say, it's an achievement just
Yes,
to
it
get
is.
around that
Yes.
course. And you've done it many times, so well done to you. And you had 11 points with your knowledge of the marathon. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. Which strait separates Anglesey from mainland Wales?
The Menai Strait.
Yes, in Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest, what's the name of Algy Moncrief's formidable aunt?
Pass.
Which cheese was supposedly first made by the Cistercian monks of Jervaux Abbey in Yorkshire?
Pass.
Who painted the picture Guernica, which shows the horrors of the Spanish Civil War?
Picasso.
Yes, which item of sporting equipment have Kookaburra been manufacturing since 1890, with current versions called County Turf and Special Test?
Cricket bats.
Cricket ball. By what name are the RAF fighter pilots who flew during the Battle of Britain known, following the tribute paid to them by Churchill in August 1940?
Pass.
The robin is a member of which bird family?
Robin. Pass.
Which Oriental cartoon superhero did Penrod Pooch become after a quick change of costume in a police filing cabinet?
Hong Kong Phooey.
Yes, what name is given because of its insensitivity to light to the point at which the optic nerve joins the retina?
The blind spot.
Yes, which football song written for Euro 96 went to #1 in the charts in May 1996?
Football's coming home.
3 lions. I'll accept that. According to the Old Testament, who was the husband of Bathsheba when David committed adultery with her?
Pass.
Which architect's works include the Banqueting House in Whitehall and the Queen's House at Greenwich?
Christopher Wren.
Inigo Jones. Prick Up Your Ears by John Lahr is the biography of which playwright who was murdered in 1967?
Pass.
Which German city is sometimes known as Florence on the Elbe because of its fine architecture and art museums?
Cologne.
Dresden. Which element, atomic number 55, is used in atomic clocks accurate to seconds over thousands of years?
Radium.
Cesium. In which item, now often used as a fashion accessory, did Edwin Land first use the cheap plastic polarizing material that he had invented?
It's the Polaroid camera.
Sunglasses. The 2001 film Black Hawk Down, I'll finish the question, is about an American military operation in which African country in 1993?
It's Mogadishu, wasn't it?
Somalia.
Somalia,
It
yes.
was. That was the country. Your other passes, 6 of them altogether. Prick Up Your Ears was the biography of Joe Orton. Bathsheba's husband was Uriah the Hittite. The robin's a member of the thrush family. Churchill called the RAF fighter pilots the few. Wensleydale is the cheese apparently first made by the Cistercian monks. And Lady Bracknell was Algy Moncrief's terrifying aunt. 6 passes, Mitchell Gosling a total of 16 points. And Diane Hallagen again now, please. And you scored a lot with the Vicar of Dibley, which you obviously... Well, everybody seemed to enjoy it. Great family show.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah.
What was it, do you think, that made it so popular?
I just think that, like all the best comedy, it also addressed some serious issues, and there were things underlying as well, which I think is always something to sort of hang on to. It's not just the fact that it is a brilliant comedy. It does address issues as well. I mean, there are some very poignant moments in it.
And written by Richard Curtis, who,
yes.
of course, a famous filmmaker.
Absolutely, yes.
And it was he who got bored with it in the end, apparently.
Yes, I think he, like a lot of very clever people, he realised when to quit. I think that's always the best thing, is knowing when to quit while you're ahead, because so many series do go on, 1 or 2 series too long.
Well, 13 points is what you've got so far with your knowledge of the Vicar of Dibley. Let's try you on general knowledge. Which voice specialist who died in 1989 provided the voices of Tweety Pie and Bugs Bunny, among many others?
Mel Blanc.
Yes, who in one of his odes addressed the west wind as thou breath of autumn's being?
Shelley.
Yes, how are the islands of Inishmore, Inishmaan and Inisheer collectively known?
The Aran Isles.
Yes, who became Britain's first athletics medal winner of the 2004 Olympics when she won bronze in the heptathlon?
Kelly Southerton.
Correct. In mythology, which king of Elis is best remembered for the filthy state of his stables?
Augean? No.
Augeas. What name is given to the massacre of the French, which began in Palermo on Easter Monday, 1282?
St Bartholomew's Day Massacre.
Sicilian Vespers. Which drug was, for over 300 years, the only effective remedy in the Western world for malaria?
Quinine.
Yes, portrayed by Daniel Day-Lewis in the film My Left Foot, which author died at the age of 49 in September 1981.
Christy Brown.
Yes, which free internet encyclopedia was launched by Jimmy Wales in January 2001?
Wikipedia.
Correct. In Austria and Germany, what name is given to wine made exclusively from frozen grapes?
Ice Vine.
Yes, which playwright, composer and actor numbered The Vortex in 1924 and Hay Fever in 25 among his early successful plays?
Noel Coward.
Yes, in economics, what term describes a group of independent producers who act together to control a market to their mutual benefit?
Cartel.
Yes, what's the common name for the garden plant, the calendula?
Pass.
Which primitive artist gained his knowledge of the jungles he painted from the Parisian botanical gardens?
Monet.
Rousseau. Hartford is the capital of which of the New England states?
Connecticut.
Yes, in sound reproduction, what name is given to a loudspeaker used for producing high frequencies?
Tweeter.
Yes, which loosely cut ankle-length garment, believed to have originated in ancient Mesopotamia, became popular as evening wear for women in the 70s?
Caftan.
Yes, what was the name of the mother of Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus, who was considered the model Roman matron?
Agrippina.
Cornelia. And that's it. You had just the one pass. The common name for the calendula is the marigold. But didn't matter, because Diane Hallagen, you've got 26 points. So, at the end of the contest, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 12 points, Shindong. Joint 2nd place with 16 points, Mitchell Gosling, and Ray Ward way out in front with 26 points, Diane Hallagen. Which means, of course, that she goes through to the 2nd round. Congratulations to her. Do join us next time for more Masterminds. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Jacques Peretti explores the booming industry that is weight loss, both on and off the surgeon's table. The Men Who Made Us Thin continues tonight at 9. Next on BBC Two, our afternoon film, Tycoon.